What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we're going to be looking at this beautiful beast of an OTF. This is the Marfione Custom Halo 6 with the Hellhound blade. So freaking cool. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Looky what I got here. This thing is awesome. This is the Marfione Custom Halo 6 with the Hellhound blade. This obviously is an OTF. This was sent to the channel by my good friend, the second best Kyle in the world, Kyle J. Lamfury. He has also got a YouTube channel, and I want everybody to stop this video right now and go subscribe if you have not already done it. YouTube has been kind of giving him the shaft here on some of his videos, and it's happening all over YouTube, and it really drives me freaking insane. He has really cool, entertaining content. The guy is hilarious and has a wonderful collection. He's a big guy. He likes big knives, so obviously me and him have a lot of the same taste. Now, I don't typically have, I don't have a lot of OTFs. I've owned one, probably will own another one someday, but it's not something that I gravitate to. But I have had the opportunity to check out some very awesome microtechs from guys like Big Bore Knife and Gear, from Lefty EDC, from Jeremy, Freak Show EDC. So I've been able to handle some OTFs and even a Heretic knife, what was it, the Hydra, which was like this one being a single action OTF. Now, what does that mean? I mean, if you know anything about OTFs, it just means that you have to recharge the knife. This one in particular has got this really wonderful black matte aluminum coated aluminum handle with the black coating. I love the Microtech and the Marfione buttons that they have, and then as you can see here, that is something that I have never seen before. This one actually comes, you can get this knife with a little safety and a knot. So he chose the one with the safety, and I don't like safeties. If you guys know me, I hardly ever like safeties, but this one is actually not bad, and it's pretty cool. The thing is that this one does not have a pocket clip. So as you can see, no pocket clip whatsoever. We'll kind of go over that in a minute, but with that being the case and this kind of being in your pocket, they wanted to add a little bit of safety there, and the ones that don't come with the safety actually comes with a sheath. And I really don't understand why they didn't add the sheath in, you know, with the ones even with the safety. That would be nice, but apparently they didn't do that. And so that kind of is a bummer. But this one in particular, they make a bunch of different variations, but this one in particular is got the really nice bronzed hardware, bronzed features out here, as well as, oh, look at that blade, the bronzed apocalyptic finish on the blade. Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, this thing is wicked looking. The Hellhound blade is the absolute coolest looking blade of all time. This thing just looks mean, and I love it. Now, as you can see, this thing is massive. Absolutely massive. This is, I believe, the biggest one that they make. And holy crap, is this one, I mean, it obviously very ergonomic with a neutral handle, but you have so much room to get behind this thing. Now, this one is a tactical knife. It's not, you know, it's not meant for like a everyday carry knife. Now, could you use this as an everyday carry? Hell yeah, you could. And I know a lot of people do. That's only if you live in a non-communist state that doesn't allow for such a thing. But this one could definitely be used as a EDC knife. It's not the best, you know, obviously, with this blade shape. The blade shape here is meant to, it's a tactical knife. I mean, this thing is meant to go through flesh. And so, yeah, I will see if I can link, I'm obviously going to link down to Kyle's original video, his video where he did some testing on this guy and whatnot. These things are absolutely super duper tough. Now, it surprised me. I didn't think they would be. He's stabbing this thing in the tables. He's testing the power of the spring to go through stuff. It was so much fun to watch. So I'm definitely going to see if I can find that video and link it down below as well, because yeah, that's awesome. I did not do anything like that. He did send me another knife that he said is it's a worker that I am reviewing right now, which is the Curtis F3 large. Oh, yeah, stay tuned for that. But this one I did carry, but when I carried it in the little pouch that he sent me, which is just a generic, this is a older custom knife factory pouch, because it didn't have a pocket clip, and I just didn't feel comfortable just kind of throwing it in my pocket. So I carried it with this, just to kind of, get some other people's opinions, whenever I went to work and whatnot. So it not having a pocket clip was kind of an issue. I don't know. I would have loved a pocket clip on there. I just think it would have been great. But that being said, this thing is such a well-built OTF. Now, Marfione and Microtech are the industry standard when it comes to an OTF. So they know what they're doing. And as you saw me there, this thing hits so freaking hard. Like the Heretic Knives Hydra and this one are so close, but I would have to give it just a little bit more to the Marfione Custom. I don't have the Heretic Knives in front of me, but just going off of memory, this thing feels like it hits even harder. It is a beast. Now, the difference between a single action and a double action is twofold. One, this thing's coming out. If you do a double action OTF and something is in the way, it kind of puts it off track and it's not going to continue to go forward. That is not the case on a single action knife. This thing fires out of there and it's not stopping. So like I said, definitely go check out that video. I'm going to have a link down below because you get to see that in action. But one of the things, it's inconvenient, I know, but I found that so much fun when I do disengage and charge the spring back. Watch. You press these, come back. That just reminds me of loading a magazine into a firearm, and so it made me so happy playing with this thing, just deploying it, and then basically cocking it like a firearm, and then boom, putting it in there like a magazine. I mean, people might think I'm crazy, but that is what it reminds me of, and that is super fun. This thing, when you do pull it back, you can see here, this is part of the Signature Series, Halo 6 patent number, and then the birth date. This one was in September of 2018, USA, and I believe this is this number 16. I think that's the number that they actually, so there is, I don't know how many of these they were made or not, or how many were made, but yeah, I was super, super excited. You feel that? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm guessing that is, part of the design, and it has to be that loose, but I was not expecting it to be this loose. It's not a huge deal because, I just press it back down in there, but I was not expecting it to be that loose whenever I first got this, and started to play with it. Not a huge deal, but this thing is massive and beautiful and sexy and all of the things that we love on this channel. How big is it? Well, let's just see. So the overall length of this knife is 10.625 inches. That's big. Has a 4.375 inch blade with a 4-inch cutting edge. You got plenty. You got well more than you need to do any of the tasks that you need if you're not killing people and stabbing folks that are trying to attack you. I don't condone that, but if you're using this for a defensive knife, it's going to make a good defensive knife. It has a 3/4 of an inch wide blade, and the stock is about 170 thousandths. It is Bowler M390, and of course, it's a Tonto. Now, the paperwork that I have in front of me says a hollow grind. This is not a hollow grind. This is a flat to me. I cannot feel any hollowness to this, but you can tell the wonderful grinds that they do have on this Hellhound blade. Oh, and then of course the apocalyptic finish, bronzed on the blade itself. Just an absolute gorgeous piece. I really, really like it. Now, it's not the thinnest behind the edge here, but I mean, it's not bad. It's like 22 thousandths. So obviously a lot thicker up here where this flat grind is on the Tonto. But really, really nice. I didn't do a whole lot of cutting with this because, he said that the F3 was a worker, and I am doing some cuts and stuff with that. But this one, I didn't want to. It's just so beautiful. And, it's not, I didn't want to do any of the tasks that I usually do, mainly because I didn't carry this a whole lot due to the fact it didn't have a pocket clip. When I carried it in this to get a feel for it, play with it, get some other guy's opinion. And so that right there was really enough for me. This thing is so much fun. All right. So let's put it up against some other knives that are big, that just kind of give you some perspective on how big this is. This is the Kaiser Sheepdog XL. Yep. It's thinner profile. Going to carry better than this one. But it dwarfs it as far as length. I mean, come on. Let's say another one. This is the Crooked River full size. Nowhere close. Not even close. Let's see. What about one of the other bigger knives? This is the Custom Knife Factory 523, the big boy. Yeah. No. Not even close. The only other knife that I have that compares in length but still falls short is the Cold Steel 4MAX. And look, the Cold Steel 4MAX is smaller in length than the Halo 6. So if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. If you're looking for something that's easy to carry and that is an EDC size, this is not it, okay? Now, do people carry these for EDC? Absolutely. I guarantee you that Kyle Lamphere carries this all the time and uses it for that. But I know a lot of us out there are probably not going to do that. I carry big knives. Now, would I carry an OTF for an EDC? No, I wouldn't. Of course, Kyle has a bunch of OTFs. He's an OTF fan. And so if you want to know more about OTFs, and especially some Microtechs, I know he's got some Microtech, he's got some other stuff. So you definitely need to go check him out and to get a lot of information more, because I am not the know-all of OTFs at all. All I know is what I have handled, which has been the Heretic, a bunch of Microtechs, and now this, of course, Microtech and Marfione, it's kind of the same thing, but this is a Marfione custom Halo 6, and I don't want to send it back. I like it that much. I really, really do. It is not something that tickles my fancy and I go looking for, but as soon as you get something like this in your hand and you fire this button, oh, you cannot help but fall in love, especially with the Hellhound blade. This thing just looks wicked. It is awesome. It is everything an OTF should be. Absolutely. But that is about it. I mean, this thing is massive. It's large in charge, and it is so well built that you won't find another like it on the market. This one has the least amount of blade play that I have ever felt in an OTF, like hardly anything. I mean, most OTFs have something. This one is barely have any blade play. So if you're looking for that and you don't want to spend the money on like the Deadlock or Deadbolt, or I can't remember what it's called, which are like $2,000, then this right here is for you. Now, this is obviously not a inexpensive knife. These things are around $1,100 or so. So yeah, I know a lot of people were like, holy shit, yeah, I know. These things are expensive, but they are probably the best OTF knives out there. Like I said, not an expert, but from what I can tell and holding this in hand, holy crap, it is like none other I have had in my hand. So with that being said, I will let you go. Definitely, like I said, go check out Kyle Lamphere's page. The man knows what he's talking about. He has a wonderful collection, and I love him to death. Me and him have become friends and send each other some knives, and Oh, actually, he's just sending me knives. I need to send him something, but he's got so much cool stuff. I don't know what I've got that he would want to look at, but let me know, Kyle, and I'll send you whatever. Guys, stay safe in this freaking crazy world that we are living in, and we will see you in the next one.